on your tables. But now that I'm here, I really don't think we could have had a more perfect location. I had about a year and a half to write the speech, which should have been ample time to come up with something heartfelt and well drafted. However, I wrote it on the car right up here. My fiance, who's hiding in the corner over there, was the best man in a wedding a few years ago where he wrote an epic speech. So I thought, perfect, he'll help me write this thing. Well, after telling me mine would never live up to his, he told me that the one thing to make sure to bring to the table was the moment when you knew the bride and groom were meant to be together. Well, for me, that didn't happen in one moment. It kind of happened over the course of their relationship. Whew, sorry, I'm getting nervous.
You're doing great.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah. Better.
Okay, so Jonelle and Garrett actually started dating. It's not on. Hello?
That's better.
Okay, this way?
Yeah, back up.
Okay, I'm just going for it. So Jonelle and Garrett started dating only about a month before I moved to Vegas. So I really didn't get to know Garrett very well before I left. The one thing that was really just different about him, and as stories have been shared this weekend, we all know Jonelle was kind of a tomboy. She always had boys that were friends hanging around the house. It was just different with Garrett because she was so nervous talking about him when he'd come around. And no offense, Garrett, I assumed this guy must be kind of uptight or a goody-goody if she's getting so nervous around him. Well, shortly before I moved, he disproved my initial impression of him. I've got to read this the way I wrote it because otherwise it won't make sense. I can't even describe what happened, but him, I believe Orlando was there. A few other guys were at my mom's house hanging out. And they did this like football toss dance charade, which involved a football, Garrett's epic dance moves, and some serious hip-hop music. And after seeing that, I was like, okay, maybe this Garrett kid is pretty cool after all. So after I moved, I obviously wasn't in their day-to-day lives anymore. When they graduated high school the following year, I came home and saw that they were still going strong. I wasn't sure what college would have in store for them. Over the next few years, I started to see their high school fling evolve. But it wasn't until this last year and a half that I really saw the depth of their relationship for myself. Last Christmas, I came home to visit and spent more time with the two of them than I ever had before. On Christmas morning, we went to the Cooks. It wasn't anything fancy, just a simple pajama breakfast and presents. I realized, though, in that moment, that this is the kind of family Jonelle always wanted to be a part of. That trip was also the last time Jonelle and I visited our dad. Well, that will always be memorable in itself. What I really took away from that day was Garrett. He was so accommodating and just all around a good guy. He picked us up early in the morning and took us into Chicago to visit my dad. He made what was usually a pretty difficult encounter lighthearted and easy. When we left, I assumed he would take us home and go on with his day. Nope. Sorry, I lost my spot. After we left, he took us to lunch, which was a feat in itself, because I'm pretty sure Jonelle and I spent 20 minutes in the car arguing about where to eat. He then took us to see a movie of our choosing with the gift card he won at our family Christmas party a few days earlier. Toting us around that day wasn't a chore for him. He was really enjoying his time with Jonelle, and I'm pretty sure with me as well. This was no longer a high school relationship or even a college one. This is the real deal. Watching a relationship grow and seeing you adapt to each phase of your lives really shows me that you two are meant to be together. You balance each other out in the best ways. I look forward to watching the rest of your lives unfold. I love you both.
Good job.
And this is really difficult. I also was in the car with Jared and
Is that all right? Is that better? Okay. How's that? Testing. All right. So my speech was going to be short and sweet. I did not promise anybody that I would not cry. So I just want to thank everybody for coming here to Eagle River, Wisconsin. Eagle River is a place my family has come for years, and it's our little piece of heaven. We love it here. So thank you so much for coming here. Gosh, I am so blessed that this beautiful young woman is my daughter, and that the bridesmaid also is my daughter. So thank you. They're so beautiful. Garrett, you are so wonderful, and you and Jonelle are great together. I'm very nervous, so sorry. I just want to thank a couple people here. I want to thank Sarah Leahy. She did a fabulous job. And there's one other person that needs to stand for us, and that's Sandy Murray. Sandy, can you stand? She doesn't want to stand with us. Sandy did a lot of fabulous things. Like, she set up and she sewed up. She did a lot. So thank you, Sandy. Gosh, I was trying to think of how could I give some advice to Garrett and Jonelle. And I was going through our guest list, and I found that there's 17 couples in this room that have been married over 25 years. So I thought those people might be better to give you some advice. So I just want those couples to stand when I mention your name. So the first one, can you hear me? Yep. 25 years of marriage, Tom and Debbie Linder. Vince and Kelly, 25 years. Robert, Kim's here, but Jim didn't make it. Ken and Rick Book, 27 years. Jim Hall and Lorraine Maida, 27 years. Tom and Barb Van Heest, 30 years. Lee and Donna Asher, 30 years, just celebrating 30 years. Regis and Ann Dansdale. Sandy and Joe Murray. Sandy and Joe, can you stand? 30 years. Kevin and Gretchen Strong, 30 years. Jim and Mary Jo Thebe, 32 years. Ken and Barb Bruce, 36 years. Nancy and Bob Schmidt, 37 years. And, okay, now we're going to get to the heavy hitters. Ray and Diane Maida, where are you guys? Here they are. And then we got Sally and Warren Hatterberg. 54 years. And, Betty and Frank Battaglia. 54 years. So, I don't want to miss anybody.
Right here.
How many years?
43.
43 years.
Joe and Sharon Laner.
Joe and Sharon, 47 years.
Mark and Colleen Schmidt.
I'm sorry?
Mark and Colleen Schmidt.
How many years?
Schmidt.
So, I guess Jonelle and Garrett, these are the people that you blast. Thank you all very much for coming.
Great job. Awesome.
You didn't even sound nervous. I was so freaking nervous. He had energy.